Hi, everyone. Today we are going to talk about parenting time plans. So, this is something that is very important to our office and something that we're very proud of. We have historically had one parenting time plan that was the Friend of the Court Reasonable Rights of Parenting Time. That's the alternate weekend parenting time. And the thing is that one parenting time plan does not work for all families. So we're very pleased to announce that we have several different parenting time plans available now at the Genesee County Friend of the Court website. We're going to be rolling out several different parenting time plans that we will be offering to families, and we're going to be working with families to get the parenting time plan that works best for their family. So today we're going to do a really brief walkthrough of each of these parenting time plans, some of the changes that we've made, and some of the reasons why a family might want to use one of those parenting time plans. So we're going to go to our Genesee County Friend of the Court website. So we have been talking about how we have a new website and want to make sure that everybody knows how to get to it. The new website is www.geneseecountymi.gov. If you want to get to the Friend of the Court page, you can also do a /FOC, or you can go to here, hover over Courts and Law Enforcement, go to Friend of the Court, and then we're going to go and look at some of the new parenting time plans here. So they are under the Forms and Motions section, and we've got a whole section here now devoted to the parenting time plans. So what you might be familiar with is the reasonable parenting time rights, and this is the kind of the old plan that's been in existence for a really long time. This parenting time plan has the alternate weekends starting at Friday at 6 and returning at Sunday at 6 for the non-custodial parent. There's some details here about some of the changes, but you can see that this was last updated in 2004. So it is 2022 now, and it is time for a new parenting time plan. So the new parenting time plan is going to be a lot more detail, and it's also going to have a lot more options. We are no longer going to have one reasonable parenting time rights. We are going to have lots of options that work for different families. We are going to still have an alternate weekend parenting time plan if that's something that families want, and so that is one of the options we have here, this alternate weekend parenting time schedule. This new schedule, though, goes from Friday to school on Monday for school-age children. So just trying to make it a little bit easier for families to be able to do exchanges and have the school, if their children are school-aged, be part of that process. We also added a lot more clarity as it relates to holidays. The prior schedule didn't address Halloween. It wasn't very clear on some of the times where we would be doing exchanges, so we've added in a lot more detail there. We've used mother and fathers. That's the more common family situation that we have, but certainly this could be a framework that can be changed for different family dynamics. Certainly can be changed for different family dynamics. So this is just a baseline. If your family dynamics don't work with the mother-father titles, this is just something that you can use to change if you need a copy of this that's not in PDF format even to make those changes. We'd be happy to work with you. We've done a lot more information here about school breaks to make sure that there's better information there. Child's birthday, parent's birthday, Mother's Day, and Father's Day. A lot more detail there. A bit more explanation as it relates to holidays and school breaks and how that's supposed to work when you have like an alternating weekend parenting time, or and how that impacts the holiday schedule. So a little bit more detail about that. Also more detail about transportation than we had before. So really trying to make sure that we've got a lot more detail in here that's supposed to make it easier for families, because these are some of the things that we've learned over time that have been confusing for families. So this is a lived experience for us where a lot of folks have told us, hey, these are problems. These are issues with the existing reasonable rights. So we've gone and we've taken that feedback very seriously, and then we've incorporated those changes into this new parenting time schedule. As with everything, with the parenting time schedules, parents can agree to their own parenting time schedule. We put this in every single one of the parenting time plans. That if parties reach an agreement on their own, that's fine, and we encourage families to work together to find out a parenting time plan that works for them. But the friend of the court's role is to enforce whatever the written parenting time plan is. So if you adopt this parenting time plan, this is the thing that our office will enforce. But if you make your own arrangements and everything's working out fine between the parents, that's great too, and we want families to work together. So again, just pointing out that we have some different parenting time plans. So we did 2 of the parenting time plans for kind of what might be unique family situations. One is the transitional parenting time. So this is a situation where maybe a parent has not had contact with their child for some time. Could be for a lot of different reasons. It could be because of, maybe a move out of state for work. It could be, incarceration. It could be because of, a neglect proceeding that has limited contact. It could be, substance abuse issues, something along those lines. But for one reason or another, where there's been some time where there hasn't been parenting time for a parent, and then they're trying to kind of re-engage with their child. So what we did is, with this one, is based on a little bit more regular contact for smaller periods of time at first, and then expanding the amount of time, and then expanding the amount of time a little bit more. And this is, again, over several month time period, and then starting to, get into alternate or into an overnights at some point down the way. So it's just one of those options. Again, it's not going to be for everybody, but we want to recognize that every family isn't also going to fit into the alternate weekend schedule, right? So we want to provide some schedules that are going to make sense for different families, and this is one of the family situations that there needs to be one for. Another unique family situation, or a little less common family situation, is when there's a new family who maybe has not lived as an intact family, and they have a young child, and young children just having different needs than older children. So this is a parenting time plan that recognizes that. This does not mean that every time there's a new family and they have a child under the age of 2, that this is what they need to use. It's just an option for families who may say, I don't feel like alternate weekend works really well for our situation with our young child. Well, you might be able to look at a situation like this, a parenting plan like this, that could work well for that new family with young children. A really common request is week on, week off parenting time, or a joint parenting time schedule. So we actually have 2 different joint parenting time schedules for the different family needs that are out there. This one is the week on, week off with exchanges on Fridays. Again, as with all the other plans, you could change these if you wanted your exchange day to be Wednesday. Just make those changes here so that it happens that way. These are very much adjustable to what families need, but they give a good baseline of some of the really important things that come up all the time that need to be covered. Also covers a holidays parenting time schedule, much like the others. Covers the school breaks. It covers the child's birthdays. It covers the parents' birthdays. And again, provides some of that same clarity that exists in some of the other plans. So again, this is a week on, week off schedule. Week on, week off schedules can be something that work for some families, and a lot of families do kind of swear by that joint parent time schedule. So here's one that we've made available for families that want that. Other families might want something close to a 50-50 arrangement, but they don't like the whole week in between being able to see their child. And they've got a good relationship where they're going to be able to do the switch, lots of exchanges throughout the week. And so what we've done here is, we've provided a schedule here where you could be doing what we call a split week. Because you're spending time with both parents throughout the week. Again, using the mom and dad terms here, That doesn't mean that this is only for mom and dad type family relationships. We recognize there are other family relationships out there that could use this. But so again, it's just a tweak. But we're trying to create something that is a good baseline for the most of our family, so many people could just take this right off the website and be able to use it, although there are certainly other families that would maybe need to make some tweaks to it. And also this particular calendar might not be the thing that works best for you, so you might be able to really just kind of use this as a baseline to be able to make those changes that works best for your family. But then again, we cover all of the things related to spring break, the holidays, and child's birthday, parents' birthday. Again, covering all of these important things in everyone's life. Again, we've covered Halloween, which wasn't covered before, Mother's Day and Father's Day. So covering, again, all of these really important things, and then also covering these common issues that come up related to transportation, holiday, and school breaks. A lot of times where we get questions on those. So what we've done is tried to cover a lot of the things that are common issues that come up when families are having parenting time disputes, things that people have brought to our attention. We also have, continued to address the need for different parenting time schedules for different families. So we're really excited about being able to offer these new parenting time schedules. We encourage you to go to the Genesee County Friend of the Court website to go check out those parenting time schedules. If you end up having a parenting time dispute down the way, you may find that one of these works better for you than the existing parenting time schedule you have. There is also a state court administrative office parenting time plan that includes even more parenting time schedules. We didn't want to be too overwhelming, but that one also has about 15 more parenting time schedules that could be used. And so if none of these work for you, there is also a link on our website for the SCAO parenting time plans, where you can look at some of the other options and some of the reasons why you might want to consider some of those options. It's a long document. I think it's about 60 pages long. Covers a lot of different options. We have discussed that before on our videos. But definitely worth looking into if these options don't work for you. But these are a couple options that we have kind of gotten feedback from families that they need, or feedback from the court that these are things that families need. So we feel pretty confident that this is going to cover some situations. The other thing that we're really open to now is recognizing that these parenting time schedules don't need to be the same parenting time schedules for the next 20 years. If we need to make some changes to our parenting time schedules based on the needs of families in our community, we're going to make sure that we address those changes and adjust our standard or recommended parenting time plans for the families that will live and work in our community. The other thing, at any point, if you're working with a friend of the court caseworker, they'll be able to help you get a parenting time plan that meets the specific needs for your families. Certainly, these parenting time plans will be ones that we will consider and offer as options, but we will help families get the parenting time order that makes sense for their family, and that's one of the things that we do here at the Genesee County Friend of the Court. If you have questions about your court order or about the available parenting time plans for your family, please feel free to reach out to the Genesee County Friend of the Court. As always, we're here to serve.